Harder luck.
So let me tell you right now, guys, alright, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you either have anxiety, depression, or you just find yourself getting scared, alright? Whether it's scared of failing, you're scared you won't meet your goals, you're scared of some existential shit, or you're just basically just scared, alright? You're being a little wimp, a little shrimp, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay because I've been there and I spent most of my life weak, alright? But I'm finally going to break that cycle and teach you how to get over fear completely. So let's get started. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is a life of fear. Not even just fear, but a life of struggles and challenges is a lot better than absolutely no struggles or no challenges, no worries at all. And let me tell you right now, because my best teachers, what really changed me and made me the man I am today was through struggling, was through suffering.
And time don't wait for us. She said she ain't gonna wait for love.
I had to really suffer and experience bad shit in life, be scared out of my skin to be the man I am, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't learn, alright? The best way to teach someone is through fear, alright? And the fact that you're watching this video shows me you're scared of something. So now's an opportunity to learn, alright? And let's just start simple, alright? Let's say you're scared of failing, alright? You're scared you won't pass a test, you're scared you won't get a girl or some shit, whatever the case may be, right? Let's just use that as an example. I always say this in almost every vid, an L is a lesson, not a loss, right? So even if you do fuck up, is the world gonna blow up? You know what I mean? And I think the biggest thing people are scared of is being judged by others, right? People put everyone else on a pedestal but themselves, especially if you have anxiety or depression. If you have either of those two, you feel kind of shitty compared to everyone else, and everyone else's opinion matters. Now let me tell you, I've been canceled before so many times, right? This isn't my first channel, but I've been absolutely destroyed off the internet. And I remember as a kid and like a teen, it broke me down because I cared so much about what others thought about me, you know what I mean? But I realized that everyone is their own individual person. Everyone has a soul. Everyone's got their own free will, right? So everyone else is pretty much trying to live their life and shit, alright? You're not on the number one spot of anyone's life. Even if you're married or some shit, you're not the number one priority, alright? Everyone is prioritizing their self. So you shouldn't fear judgment from others. And even if, let's say, someone did judge you, which I have a video about hate you can watch where I talk about how to get over hate and shit. Even if someone is judging you, that means that you have to respect their opinion. If they are actually judging you, and I don't believe anyone has any reason to judge anyone, right? But if you're getting hated on or judged by people and it hurts you, that means that basically, you know what I mean? That means you respect their opinion. And if someone has control over your emotions, they control you.
Been after 4 weeks, 2 breaks first. Smoking leaf in the breeze, rolling paper.
So how do we get over any fear, alright? Whatever the case may be. It could be anything. It could be existential shit, yada yada, alright? Now let me tell you right now, alright? Let me get serious here. I've noticed that the root of all fear usually comes into either failure or death, pretty much. Those are the only two fears people have, alright? They want to impress someone. They want to be good. They want to live a good life. They don't want to have disappointment, right? But in order to get to a good life, you do have to struggle. You have to suffer, alright? Nothing in this world is free, alright? Even wisdom. Wisdom is gonna hurt you so you'll learn, you know what I mean? But basically, those are the two fears. Now, the fear of death, I think, is the worst fear to have, right? Because let's put it like this, alright? Everyone is scared of dying. Everyone is scared of losing their sanity and shit. You know, it's trippy as hell. Like, you die, you know, you can't even comprehend what you'll experience type shit. But everyone goes through it, right? Everyone's gonna die. Even me watching this video, you know what I mean? Your kids, if you don't have kids, your future kids, they're gonna die one day, right? Everyone meets the same fate. How is your life different? I talk about this I have videos about drugs talking about how to get over experiences, and a lot of people will think they're breaking reality. No. You're just a guy on Earth, you know what I mean? You're a human. We're all human, dude. Everyone's gonna make horrible mistakes, you know what I mean? Everyone's gonna have good, joyful moments, but at the end of the day, we're all human, right? So you don't gotta fear death. I think fearing death is horrible because everyone's gonna go through the same fate, alright? And I feel like this life is a gift from start to finish, right? You have complete free will, and this is where we're gonna get into actually overcoming your fear. You have complete free will, so don't even victimize yourself. Don't blame the past, right? Because you might have made some mistakes 10 years ago, or you might have suffered a horrible trauma or some really bad shit. I know I have. I've had near-death experiences. I was abused and all that crazy shit, drug addiction, you know what I'm saying? But that's all in the past, right? And I still have a free will. I can think whatever I want. I can feel whenever I want. And the way I see it, I choose when to feel scared. I choose when to feel anger. And I choose when to feel joy, all right? It's all in my hands, and it always has been. I just never took advantage of that gift of free will.
Call me money, I still skate to her.
even if you do have a rough past, even if someone really hurt you or whatever the case may be, it's in the past, right? You could think anything at this moment, right? If I really wanted to, I could just get in my car and drive all the way to Alaska or some shit, you know what I mean? I could do anything. Nothing can stop me, you know what I mean? That's the gift of free will. And you have free thought too. So why are you thinking these almost delusions in a sense? Anxiety to me is almost delusional. It's really easy to fall into delusion without realizing it, right? Because anxiety can be rational, like, oh, I'm stressing over impressing a girl, I'm stressing over a test. But when you start bugging out and getting real scared to where you can't even focus on life and shit, that's when it becomes a delusion almost. And it gets there. The mind is so powerful. Like I said, I choose when to feel scared, and I don't really feel a need to feel scared about anything, right? But how do you get there, right? So let me tell you right now, all right? I say you gotta do what you believe in. You have to do what you want to do, right? And me personally, I want to help people. I want to inspire people. I want to make good music. I want to make good art. And with the limited time we have here on this planet, right, we're only expected to live like 80 years or so. Am I going to waste every moment? No, dude, I'm not going to waste a single moment. Low key, I'm going to take advantage of this because there's so many things I want to do and there's so many things I want to believe in. And one, I don't care about what others think. You know what I mean? We're just human at the end of the day. You can't put anyone above yourself, right? There's no reason to. That's foolish. And fear, I feel like, is the biggest thing that holds our generation back. They're too scared. You know what I mean? But if you believe in yourself, and I'll tell you, I believe in everyone. I think every human on this planet is capable beyond what they expect, right? Because if you try your best, by definition, doing your best, you can't fail, right? So for me, the way I see it as it's a test almost. Life is a test. It's going to be struggles. And another thing you need to know is pain is finite. Pain does not last forever, all right? You're not going to be the same person tomorrow or the next day and even in the next moment. If you're running a marathon, I'm telling you this, if you go to the gym, you run a marathon on the treadmill, an hour later, maybe up to a day, you'll feel back to normal, all right? You're not even going to feel worn out at all. You'll feel normal. Pain is not infinite. It's temporary. And to me, you got to take advantage of that. You can really push yourself to your pain limits. Now, you don't got to push your mind to those limits because there's no point in doing that. You know what I mean? That's like, I don't know. There's nothing beneficial about that. You know, you're not going to move your family out of the ghetto. You're not going to find a really badass wife. You know what I mean? You're just going to be bugging. You're just going to be wasting time, basically.
Just to keep remembering, laying wide awake. Diamonds in her eyes cut through me like a blade.
So take advantage of time because it's not always in your favor. And I feel like there's really no reason to roll over or quit, all right? Let's say your biggest fears come true. Let's say everything horrible you can think of. Let's say you're going to jail tomorrow. The world's going to end. Solipsism is true, and I'm just a figment of your imagination, and you're in hell right now, all right? Let's just imagine every worst fear is completely true. Everything you can think of, the most horrifying shit you can think of is true, right? What effect does that have? Does that really have an effect, right? Let's say it's proven to you that solipsism is true. You're the only guy on this planet, right? Or you're in hell or some shit. What does that make? Does that make a difference at all? Are you just gonna roll over and bug out for a few hours? No, there's no point, you know? So to me, I see life as a playground, you know? It's like a sandbox. You really can do whatever you want. And if you want to tweak out and waste time and be anxious, you can. I mean, I can't stop you, but you can, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be fun, all right? It'll drive you to insanity to where you're gonna have no choice, to where you're either gonna go schizophrenic or you'll realize, I need a solution, and then you gotta let go. That's the solution, really. It's true acceptance of fate, all right? Let's say you do go to jail. And I'll even say this myself. I'm perfectly fine if I go to jail or something like that. You know what I mean? If the worst thing ever happens to me, I'll tell you right now, I will be perfectly fine. Because at the end of the day, I have myself, and I trust fate, all right? That's my fate. Whatever life throws at me, it's easy, all right? And I'll tell you, there's more anxious and depressed people recently, but you gotta think of the facts, basically, right? Like 500 years ago, right? If you were born 500 years ago, you're probably gonna die in a war for no reason. At my age, I'm 22 right now, you'll probably die in a brutal war, you'll probably get burned alive or some stupid shit, you know, some dumb shit will go down and you'll just die. You'll suffer horribly for absolutely no reason. You'll die in a war you don't even know what the war's about, you know what I mean? Just some bullshit, all right? This earth is cruel. This earth is evil. I can't sugarcoat it. It's an evil-ass world, right? But I'll tell you right now, You don't have to be scared of anything evil, right? Everyone's gonna meet the same fate, alright? Even if you do go to jail, are you gonna lose your free will? I mean, if you lose your mind, maybe, but that's your choice. The pain is always in your hands, right? Like, I've suffered so much trauma. I've almost been killed by people, and I still forgive them, you know? I don't have a grudge against anyone. I don't hate anyone. So that's my life advice on how to overcome fear. I really hope you enjoyed and learned something new. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, guys. I make videos on this and all sorts of other cool stuff. And I love you all so much. I pray for you all. God bless you all. Have a blessed day, boys. Peace, gamers.
Hear me play